Anything's possible, Dan.
I thought you were gonna go be like,
I'm gonna make an HD VCR.
Just believe that the Pokemon and Detective Pikachu are real, and you will, stop thinking about how many polygons they use.
Listen, fuckwad. I'm gonna make an HD VCR, and you're gonna take that all back. Thank you for listening.
Now, so Dan was focusing more on the technological limitations. You were focusing more on the creative limitations of anime.
And this was like, when
I was thinking morally, like, what are the limitations of anime? Because I know a lot of things definitely probably push my morality buttons that I've seen, but
there's too many children being sexualized in anime.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
Well, there was what was that one show that our friend put on in Tyler's basement one time?
I Love Tentacles? No.
It
was Berserk.
Berserk, yeah. I watched, that was on for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and
I might have left.
And the one guy was enjoying it, and I was like, yeah, can we turn this off? This ain't vibing with me. This is just... It's unnecessarily grotesque and offensive.
Violence-wise or
sexual-wise?
Okay.
There's just a lot of, raping going on. I'm like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, you should not watch Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's just nobody should want to see that. Or it's like, maybe if it's contextual, but also just no, don't show it so vividly, don't animate it.
There's a way to do it tastefully.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if it's part of the story and, it's part of the character development and that has to happen, then, yes, that's a real thing that happens and it's going to come into storytelling and stuff like that, but don't, almost romanticize it or, make it
a fantasy.
Kind of
glorify
it in a way?
Yeah, it's just this is... Yeah, it was putting me off.
They overemphasize a lot. I mean, I flash back to Food Wars and someone eating something so good that their clothes explode off and they got a raging heart on and they love just their entire existence.
But that's in
just that's more in comedy, but it's still
it's
this is a little
lighthearted and it's nothing
it can be a little much.
It can be.
No, it's a little
the whole thing.
It's just overemphasized a lot.
But none of that's really comes off as assault.
No, none of it's morally wrong.
With what I was talking about was this is full blown assault and it seemed like it didn't serve any purpose to the story.
Probably would have walked out of the basement. I'm not digging this.
I was just like, hey, can we not do this? This is just no.
There's a show called Goblin Slayer that gets real fucked up real quick. So basically there's this party of adventurers or whatever. They go into this cave, and then they get overrun by goblins. And the goblins are pretty brutal. They tear off the women's clothes and start raping them. They do a lot of pretty brutal killing. They show a surprising amount on camera in this thing. And then this guy who's the Goblin Slayer or whatever comes out of the woodwork, kills all the goblins, but it's kind of already too late. I couldn't get past the first episode because it was so brutal, but I feel like that is kind of a case where, they're going for brutal. That's not just, some shit they're throwing in. They did, I don't want to say they did it well. I kind of want to say they did it well, because they're really emphasizing the
how vicious the goblins are.
How vicious the goblins are. They gotta show that there's a reason this guy is the Goblin Slayer and he's trying to fucking kill all these because they're bad. They're bad dudes.
Right.
Well, they could have did it well too, but it could still be over the top,
There's other ways to portray goblins as really bad that need slaying.
Yeah.
Stealing all my gold, you jerk.
I don't know.
Taking my food
might
while
make
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, it's a hard one. Because like
if
I
that's
don't really
if that's
want to
just
watch
all
it.
the show, then I think that's unnecessary. But if it's like this big big plot point in the story that is supposed to make you just feel awful and hate the enemy for doing like Game of Thrones has done that where it's like whoa, I don't, this is, but it's part of the story and it just makes you hate that thing or that event even more than that, I guess, is
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Part
they're
of the storytelling, but if it's
set up the goblins to be hated, but I don't know. I couldn't get past episode 1.
I've heard really good things about Goblin Slayer, though.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that was the intro to the show. Yeah. And I was going to watch it at some point. So that's good to know.
Just cross that off my list.
I think I was told to watch it without reading the description or knowing anything about it. So it was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah. Here you go.
Not my favorite show.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have heard good things about it though. So maybe that's just like the first episode.
Personal preference, I guess. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah. And that's like going back to like the limitations, moral limitations. Like I guess that's up to the person who is watching it. Right?
Yeah.
Because some people obviously enjoy Berserk. On my YouTube feed, I've seen the same like video essay on Berserk of like why you should watch Berserk 20
my friend
times.
recommended Berserk. I didn't know it was weird.
Yeah. So like I've seen it. I'm like, well, maybe I'll give it a shot, but I didn't know that was like how it started off. And it's like, do you wanna expose yourself to that just so you can watch a good show, or do you want to just like, hold back and be like, I'm okay on that?
Yeah, I just think there's better ways to go about that.
Yeah.
To portray that those things are happening.
Yeah.
Like I'm guessing with anime, they're close-up shots and like they're showing pretty detailed.
Yeah.
I was thinking like movies where that stuff happens too, like Wrong Turn or like Those Have Eyes.
I was
you get shots where it's like what's happening, but they're not like right up in there.
Right.
Making it really.
And it still makes you feel uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah. It still, it still does the job.
So maybe with the anime, it's just because it's the angles and they're like really in focus, and there's always moaning.
Well, yeah, they can draw whatever they want.
Yeah, it's overemphasized.
Yeah, and whatever's in their head, they can put it on the paper. Yeah, and I think that might just be also a cultural difference.
I definitely think it is. Yeah. Like we're much more, I guess, uncomfortable with that kind of thing.
Sex is still very private in the States.
Oh, I'm fine with sex in media. I'm not a fan of grotesque, violent rape in media.
Oh yeah, they love it over there.
No, have sex scenes. Make that. Sure, whatever. If that's part of the story, have a sex scene. I don't care. That shouldn't be as censored as much. But yeah.
It's like they said at Asen, like if that's what you're into, maybe not someone's into it, but like keep it on paper or like keep it on the screen.